All right, good evening. We are coming live right now because we do have a tornado warning that has just been issued for portions of southeastern Missouri. The storm is going to be moving into Union County, Illinois here within the next couple of minutes or so. So that is the reason that we have went ahead and came live right now. This storm currently is just north of Cape Girardeau. This tornado warned storm, I should say. This is an area of rotation along a line of severe thunderstorms this evening. We also have a new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued for southern Jackson County, all of Union County, and northern Alexander County. That warning goes until 2 o'clock, or excuse me, 2 o'clock a.m. here for those three counties. But again, tornado warning issued for this small area of rotation you see right here. That is north of Cape Girardeau. That is the reason for that tornado warning. There is not a confirmed tornado on the ground. There's not an observed tornado, but there is a tornado warning out for that area of rotation. If that rotation does continue, that tornado warning will likely be expanded into Union County here within the next couple of minutes or so. We'll see if the Weather Service does in fact do that. But again, a new severe thunderstorm warning has now been issued for all of Union County, portions of southern Jackson County, that includes Murfreesboro and Carbondale, as well as northern Alexander County. That severe thunderstorm warning goes until 2 a.m. And again, we have a tornado warning now in effect for Cape Girardeau County, Missouri, that will likely be expanded in to Union County if we do continue to see this rotation picked up on the next couple of radar scans. I will go ahead and keep a close eye on that. But again, this is not a confirmed tornado. This is not an observed tornado. This is not a radar confirmed tornado. This is just an area of radar indicated rotation that has prompted this warning. And again, that warning goes until 1:30 a.m. So that will expire in a little over 15 minutes, but I think they'll go ahead and cancel it before it even expires because this storm is going to be over the Mississippi River well before that 1:30 time frame. So just to zoom out and give you a bigger picture of what we are expecting, this line of storms has produced several tornado warnings out over southeastern Missouri and central Missouri earlier this evening. It did produce several tornado warnings out near Greenville earlier today, but this is the first tornado warning we've seen as these storms approach the Mississippi River. So again, this is just one warning we have in effect right now. This is a long line of storms that are going to be moving into Jackson County, into Union County, into Alexander County, and into Perry County within the next 30 minutes or so. These storms will eventually track into Jefferson, Franklin, Williamson, Johnson, and Pulaski counties. Although, as we've mentioned, I do think the overall severe weather threat will diminish the further east these storms travel. It does look like they have cut down that cut down that tornado warning a little bit now. It's a very small warning now that only includes a small area just north of Cape Girardeau. Again, that warning not expanded into Union County, Illinois just yet, but it does only include Cape Girardeau County at this point. Our area of rotation will be right about here. It's a very small area of rotation with this storm. I'm not uh, I'm not seeing indications of there being a tornado on the ground right now, but again, this would be an embedded tornado within this line of storms. So that is the reason the Weather Service has went ahead and issued that tornado warning for that area of rotation. Tornado or not, these storms definitely have some very gusty winds in them. Likely going to be seeing wind gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour in some areas as this line of storms makes its way through, along with some lightning and heavy rainfall as well. There is a flash flooding potential through the remainder of the evening as well. So that is another thing to keep in mind if you have to get out late tonight or into the early morning hours. So we'll see what they do with this tornado warning within the next couple minutes or so. Would not be shocked if they allow it to expire. If they do, we'll go ahead and hop off of here unless a new warning is issued. But again, a severe thunderstorm warning currently in effect for all of southern Jackson County, all of Union County, and northern Alexander County. That severe thunderstorm warning goes until 2 a.m., and we have that tornado warning out for a very small portion of Cape Girardeau County, Missouri. That's just north of Cape Girardeau. If that area of rotation does continue to track over the Mississippi River, they might issue another warning, but we will see if that does indeed happen. Would not be surprised if it does not happen. So we'll keep an eye on that. It looks like there might be maybe another small little area of rotation trying to get going right here, just to the west of Alto Pass. We'll keep an eye on that too. Again, I can't rule out any. We could see some, embedded spin up tornadoes along this line. So just because you're in Murfreesboro or Virgins or Pomona, just because you're not under a tornado warning right now, does not mean we couldn't see an isolated spin up tornado. Now, any tornadoes we see tonight, should we see a tornado, will not be anything in comparison to what we saw on Friday. These usually are isolated, just spin up tornadoes, usually not over EF2 strength, but nevertheless, 90 mile per hour winds can certainly do a lot of damage. So we want to keep a close eye on this as these storms move further to the west, and that is why we have decided to go live. It's currently 1:17, and it does not look like they are going to reissue this warning as of now. So we'll keep a close eye on that. And yeah, they've now did they just strip out that? Yeah, they did. Okay, so they've now, that's odd. They've now canceled the severe thunderstorm warning, it appears, for Union County. Hmm, that actually kind of surprises me. Okay, so there's some good news, I guess. They've canceled the severe thunderstorm warning now for Union County and southern Jackson County. I don't know if I've ever seen a warning issued and canceled that quick, especially a severe thunderstorm warning. But I guess they're seeing it a little differently to where this is going to continue. Again, as we've said, as this moves further to the east, this line is going to weaken. So that might be part of the reason they have went ahead and canceled that severe thunderstorm warning. But we will see. I'm just going to keep a close eye on this to make sure no other tornado warnings are issued. I don't want to go off and then have to come right back on. But again, if you live anywhere from, say, Benton down to all the way down, I'd say like Mounds, Olmsted, if you live anywhere in that kind of box I've just drawn, in fact, I'm going to redraw it because I went too far. Here we go. Anywhere kind of in that area, that's where I think we can expect to see some severe thunderstorms, or at least nearly. Okay, okay. So the severe thunderstorm warning is still in effect. I'm not sure why that went off our screen for a moment. I've never seen that happen before, but okay. So yeah, the severe thunderstorm warning is still in effect. They've reissued it, it appears now, for areas of Johnson County as well. So they've pretty much just expanded the warning. So it went off of our map for a minute, but they've now reissued it. So that includes southern Jackson, southwestern Williamson County, all of Union County, western Johnson County, extreme northern Pulaski County, and extreme northern Alexander County. And that warning goes until 2:15 to it's still 2 a.m. So they've not expanded the time, but they have expanded the distance of that warning. I do apologize for that. Not very common for them to do that, but they have done it with this warning. So the tornado warning now they have allowed to expire. So that is some good news. We're going to make sure they don't issue any additional warnings on this storm. If they don't within the next 5-10 minutes or so, we'll go ahead and hop off here. But it looks like right now they are not going to issue any additional tornado warnings. Again, we this is a long line of storms that are moving through. Now, there has been a little bit more rain ahead of this main line of storms in, say, Franklin, Williamson, Hamilton, and Saline counties. So, if there's any area that does have the best chance of maybe seeing a spin-up tornado in southern Illinois as of right now, just because of the rain we've seen ahead of this that might have taken some of that energy. I would say it is with this storm right here that is under the severe thunderstorm warning. So that would include places like Anna, Cobden, Makanda, Dongola. You guys don't need to be getting in your shelter right now, but just keep in the back of your mind we could have an additional tornado warning issued here shortly if we do have another area of rotation develop along this line. That's the reason they issue these broad tornado warnings, is because sometimes there can be little areas of rotation that spin up along a line of severe storms that literally will spin up a tornado for about a minute or two, and then it'll just dissipate in the next radar frame. So that is the reason why sometimes when they issue a tornado warning, the tornado is really already off the ground by the time they issue the warning and dissipated. And that's why they just issue it for a larger area rather than one specific area like we see with individual cells. So that is a brief explanation of that. We'll go ahead and keep our eyes on this for another minute or so. John saying that sirens are going off in Jonesboro. Um, Again, Jonesboro is not under a severe thunderstorm warning right now, so um, not sure. Excuse me, is not under a tornado warning, I should say. So I'm not sure why they would be sounding the sirens there, but maybe just wanting to be extra safe. Again, all of Union County is under a severe thunderstorm warning, not under a tornado warning right now. That's the only warning we currently have issued for any of southern Illinois. So we do have some storms now moving into the Murfreesboro area. Murfreesboro, I don't have much concern for you at all now. It doesn't look like we're going to see any rotation in that area, so I'm not very concerned with you. I think you should be A-okay. Union County, still have my eyes on you. Maybe portions of southern Williamson County if the storm does continue. I'd keep an eye out on this. Again, I know you guys are still recovering from Friday, but this is a completely different situation, a 180-degree different situation from what we had Friday. We are not talking about strong tornadoes if we even have any tornadoes at all, which likelihood at this point is very slim. But again, these storms, even if they do not have a tornado, are going to be carrying some very gusty wind gusts. I've seen a few people saying that the sirens are being sounded in Union County in numerous communities, so um, apparently they have opted for that. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just very quickly move to our standby graphic, and I'm going to pull up our camera we have in Anna and see if we can take a look at what it looks like in that area right now. Again, this is from our Protect Fiber Tower Camera Network. Um, where is our Anna camera? Okay, it looks like for some reason that camera is down. But we do have a camera on Tunnel Hill. It's pretty far out, but I'll go ahead and show you what we can. So again, not seeing much right now, but that's from all the way in Tunnel Hill. So looks like they might be doing some maintenance on that Anna camera today from the storms that went through on Friday. But that's a live view over in Tunnel Hill right now. I'll go ahead and switch it back to radar so we can keep a closer eye on these storms. Again, uh, just a severe thunderstorm warning out right now for this line. It does look like we might have a little area right here with maybe a tiny bit of rotation near Alto Pass. I don't think that's enough to get anything to the ground, but a little bit of a brighter color showing up there. There's also some very gusty winds on the backside of this moving through Cape Girardeau right now. So if you live in East Cape Girardeau, if you live in McClure, those are some areas that you can be expecting some very gusty winds to move through here momentarily. But again, that severe thunderstorm warning includes all of Union County, western Johnson County, southwestern Williamson County, extreme southern Jackson County, that really only includes Makanda at this point, and extreme northern Pulaski, and Alexander counties, and that warning goes until 2 p.m. So it does look like they have allowed that tornado warning to expire. I want to keep a close eye on this storm because I would not be shocked if we maybe see an additional warning on this, but really wouldn't be shocked either way at this point because these are very these type of storms change very quickly when it comes to tornado warnings, like I mentioned, because things spin up so quickly and then dissipate so quickly as well. So we will continue to monitor that line of storms as it moves further to the east. But again, no reason to be taking shelter right now. You're not under a tornado warning anywhere in southern Illinois, although the sirens are going off. If you feel that makes you feel more comfortable, especially this late at night when you can't see, that's absolutely okay. But in my mind, no reason necessarily to be taking shelter unless you're under that tornado warning. We're only under a severe thunderstorm warning as of right now. But again, as I mentioned, there were areas of Cape Girardeau County that were under a tornado warning a little while ago. They just decided not to extend that warning into southern Illinois. If any of our friends from Anna would like to update us on, I know there's a couple people talking about power in that area. I'm not sure why we would be seeing power outages in Anna yet because this storm has yet to get there. I should say storm-related outages. But I've seen a couple comments about that. There are, again, we had some comments that the sirens were sounding in Union County a moment ago. That was likely due to that tornado warning we had out in Cape Girardeau County, Missouri. Again, that warning has been allowed to expire. There's no tornado warning currently in effect in southern Illinois. Keeping a close eye still on this area of rotation, a little bit of tiny bit of maybe some rotation right there near McKanda trying to develop. Um, Nothing to warrant a tornado warning yet. We are getting some reports of power outages in Anna and Jonesboro. So, okay, maybe there is some winds out ahead of this, or maybe that outage might have came from some of the storms that made their way through before this main line. But yeah, we are getting some reports of outages in Anna. So we'll check and see. We'll check and see how many customers are affected by that, and try to get something out on that. But again, tornado warning currently in effect for all of Union, all of western Johnson, southwestern Williamson, and southern Jackson County, as well as extreme northern Alexander and Pulaski County. We're also getting some reports now of power outages in Murfreesboro. There might be, based off some of those reports that we're getting, it might be either associated with winds ahead of the main line or the storms that moved through earlier, but I'm not confident about that, but it could be. Wouldn't shock me, obviously. Power out in Gorham. So yeah, we're getting quite a bit of reports now of power outages, so that's not a good sign. That usually means that a lot of there is a lot of very gusty winds in this line. Yeah, some communities do sound their tornado sirens early. I know of a couple others in our area that do as well, even though they aren't technically under a warning. So that's being safe, being extra cautious, which is always a good thing, especially this time of the year. And especially with events like this. I mean, supercells are way more predictable with tornadoes than a line of storms because supercells usually are not embedded into a line. They're just individual cells. That's what we saw earlier this week. This is a different situation from that. So yeah, I think sounding the tornado sirens definitely is not a bad idea um, for that area. Let me take a look. I'm going to take a quick check Go back to the standby graphic here momentarily. I want to take a quick check at the power outages because I know we've gotten some reports of that in Union and Jackson counties. I assume the majority of those customers would be served by Ameren. Yes, indeed, we do have outages in that area. Looks like there are 105 customers out here by Wolf Lake. Oh yeah, 1,500 customers without power in Anna. 101 north of Ware. It's one outage. Not anything showing up in Murfreesboro yet, but there are certainly some outages here being reported with that same cell that moved over the Mississippi River that had that warning on it by Wolf Lake. So yeah, we are getting some power outages from this storm. So that does verify that we likely have some very gusty winds in this. So definitely not a bad idea to definitely be staying indoors if not taking shelter if you feel like that is necessary. I wish we had our camera up in Anna tonight, but I'll have to see about that tomorrow morning and see if we can't get that camera back up before our next severe weather event. But again, severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for these areas until 2 o'clock a.m. Right now, I'm not seeing any other tornado warnings being issued. In fact, I think this is the only warning, one of the only warnings in the country right now, the severe thunderstorm warning. Um, just with an area of very gusty winds behind this. Yeah, and you can even see in that radar frame how it's starting to die down a little bit. It's not as quite as bright of colors as it was in Cape Girardeau County. Yeah, I would definitely, for those of you who are ahead of this storm, I would definitely keep an eye on this if I lived in Johnson County, if I lived in Williamson County, um, Pulaski County. I'd be keeping an eye on this line of storms. We will obviously as well, but right now, again, no tornado warnings have been issued for this little area of maybe a little bit of spinning right there going on south of Anna. A little bit of something trying to get going maybe. Keep an eye on that. Again, that's not enough to issue a warning yet, but that's a little bit more rotation than we saw with that area up near Alto Pass, um, which is now diminished. But again, you can tell by this map right here, where what we're looking at here is the winds inside of the storm, and you can see the brighter colors behind this area in Cape Girardeau County and darker colors up here near Jackson County. So that's what indicates to us that this area of storms is producing heavier wind gusts than that area to the north. So Union County, again, we've already seen some confirmed power outages from this in your area. So you might need to be definitely be seeking shelter indoors as you are under a severe thunderstorm warning until 2 a.m. And we do have some confirmed reports of nearly 2,000 people without power in the Anna area as well as the Wolf Creek area. Excuse me, Wolf Lake area, I should say. I'm going to widen out the view just a little bit for you. Again, if you live anywhere in Perry County, if you live anywhere in most all of Jackson County, with the exception of the line extremely right along the Williamson County line, all of Murfreesboro, all of Carbondale, you are good. You do not have any more threat of any severe weather tonight, so you're good. Perry County as well. Just go ahead and say all of Jackson, all of Perry County. You are in the clear for the night. Franklin County, I'm not as concerned with your threat at all, um, compared to, say, Johnson or Union County. There's a little bit of an area, again, as I mentioned here, south of Anna, that we might be seeing a little bit of rotation with. We'll see if they do anything with that. Again, not enough to produce a tornado right now, but they could come out with a warning for rotation. This area, I know we have a lot of people asking about Williamson County. You are not in the clear yet. Once this line moves through, it's crossing into your county right now. But once this line moves through, you will be okay for the night. Jefferson County, you're in the clear as well. I don't have any concern for you um, through the rest of the night. Just some gusty wind gusts. Again, when I say no concern, I'm meaning you're still going to get storms, just no severe concern for you through the rest of the night. Mm, we got a little bit of something here, wanting to try to rotate south of Anna. I'm not sure if that is the same area that, yeah, it's the same generalized area of the rotation that prompted that warning in Cape County. But looks like they might give, excuse me, it looks like they might give it another frame to see if they have enough rotation to warrant a tornado warning. Counties to the east of this line, areas to the east of this line, Harrisburg, El Dorado, Norris City, McLeansboro, all those areas, I am highly confident that your severe weather threat will be extremely low because this line is going to continue to lose its steam the further east it goes, especially if you look at radar right now. Look at all the look at all the rain that just moved through areas of Saline, Hamilton, Gallatin counties. That's actively taking up some of the energy left in the atmosphere. So less of a concern with you. All right, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning now that has been issued. This is for all of Pulaski County and portions of southern Alexander County. That warning expires in 50 minutes. That goes until 2:30 a.m. for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We'll keep a close eye on that line as well and see if we have any rotation in that. Again, I would not be shocked if we have another tornado warning at some point for somewhere south of Route 13. So that is the reason we are staying on the air. No one right now is under any huge concern for a tornado warning. Okay, it looks like that area of rotation is not rotating much anymore, so that's good. So that is likely not going to prompt a warning anytime soon. Maybe a little bit of something trying to get going here. Uh, Not seeing anything else. But again, just very heavy wind gusts have been reported in this area. So if you live in um, eastern Union County, Johnson County, especially Johnson County, I'd say Bunkham, Goreville, Cypress, Vienna, Karnak in Pulaski County, Olmsted, Olin, Tams, Mounds, Cairo. All of those areas, I think, going to see some very gusty winds near severe limits or maybe even over severe limits within the next 15 to 30 minutes. Heavy rain is going to be moving into the Franklin County area here momentarily, as well as Williamson County. I'm not seeing anything that would prompt a warning or anything in that area. But again, if we have winds to the south of this that are producing power outages, then odds are we are still going to have some very gusty winds up here through Franklin and Williamson counties as well. So I'd say the odds of you going under another warning are slim to none, but not zero. So I know that's not good news for those of you that want to go to bed, but just my opinion. But I think the odds are still pretty high that we do maybe see another warning or two south of Route 13. So again, keeping an eye on this area of storms moving into Union County. Still under a severe thunderstorm warning that expires at 2 o'clock a.m. We'll see if they extend that into uh, the rest of Johnson County and maybe even into Massac County. There is a small area of southern Williamson County that's also included in that warning. Let's give you a bigger picture of kind of where these storms are right now. Again, all of you that live up in Carmi, McLeansboro, and Gallatin County, you are dealing with this area of rainstorms right now. That is not severe. Looks like we got some rain moving into Carrier Mills right now as well. That's also not severe. Hopefully, this area of rain here has sucked out all the energy in this area for anything severe. There's been less rain coverage, though, in this area, which is why we have gusty winds back here and storm warnings here. So there's you a brief overview of why we have warnings. So yeah, another decrease in intensity with that latest radar frame. Again, these storms likely going to lose steam the further east they move. So what you see right now is hopefully as strong as they get, but staying on right now because we do have some reports of power outages. In fact, let's go ahead and go back to that map real quick and see if we have any other outages that Ameren has reported. And we had a few outages reported earlier. I say a few, I should say over 1,000 in Anna. Yeah, 1,500 out in Anna. We have two customers out in Alto Pass, four in Wolf Lake, 101 south of Wolf Lake, 439 customers out between Gorham and Grand Tower. It's like we have 15 out in Virgins, two customers out west of Elkville, and that's pretty much it. And then it looks like we have 1,300 customers out in Cape County, Missouri as well. So yeah, these are producing some power outages. Not a shocker. I think the tornado threat is getting increasingly lower the further we go into the night. Hopefully, I would assume any outages we see would likely be repaired by morning. by sunrise, I should say, it's already morning, but by the time we get to sunrise, I'd say most of those outages would be taken care of. Ameren does great work in situations like this, especially with all the linemen already stationed down here because of last week. Man, that same area is still wanting to do something. You notice how there's a little bit of a kink right there. That's maybe a little bit of rotation trying to get going, but not enough to prompt a warning. But that's why that little area of the rotation there is the main reason why I am staying on here because I would not be shocked if we see a warning come out of there soon. Let's go ahead and just out of curiosity switch over to our Craneville camera, see how much lightning we have in this storm. So yeah, this is overlooking Route 13, and as you can tell, it's raining. Maybe even, I don't know, maybe even a little bit of small hail maybe in that. Very, very, very small hail. I'm not sure if that's what we're seeing yet or not, but that has the night infrared view on it right now. So you can see how it's kind of bouncing around a little bit. So that could be maybe some small hail, maybe a combination of rain and wind, or maybe some light pea-sized hail. Yeah, by the way that's bouncing around, that wouldn't shock me. So yeah, not too concerned with seeing anything other than that in that storm. Switch it back to radar here. Okay, we have a tornado warning now. Tornado warning has been issued now for this storm. We have a new tornado warning out for Johnson County. This is for Bunkham. This includes you, Bunkham. It does not include Vienna, but we have, if you're in Bunkham, you need to get in shelter. We have increasing rotation here. You are under a tornado warning in Bunkham until 2 o'clock a.m. Get that typed out right away on our Facebook page for those who aren't viewing the broadcast. Again, tornado warning has just been issued for the Bunkham area, and that goes until 2 o'clock a.m. That is that is for radar indicated rotation. So again, just to recap, we have a tornado warning now in effect. We're going to get back to radar right now, but we have a tornado warning now in effect for this storm. This is for portions of Union and Johnson County. So if you live in Buncombe, you need to be getting into your safe spot. We have a tornado warning that has just been issued for your location for radar indicated rotation. Though they have an observe tag on this. Okay. All right. So we have an observed tag on this now with this tornado. We have a radar confirmed tornado with this storm. So we have an observed radar confirmed tornado. This has an observed tag on it and it is heading towards Bunkham right now. If you live along, I believe that is Highway. What's late? Someone help me out in the comments. I believe that is Highway 146 that goes out of Vienna and north of Cyprus. Yeah, we could have. Yeah, we have a radar confirmed tornado now. This is going to include I-57 between mile markers 29 and 32. Again, a confirmed radar confirmed tornado heading towards Bunkham. If you live in Bunkham, you need to get into your safe spots right now. We have a radar confirmed tornado heading towards your direction. And that warning goes till 2 a.m. Again, I do apologize. We were just getting that on social media for those who might be not viewing this live video. But we have a tornado warning still in effect for. Oh my goodness, what is going on with this? Okay, we have a tornado warning now in effect for Johnson County until 2 a.m. We'll see if they extend this, but we have an observed radar confirmed tornado. This is heading right towards Buncombe, Illinois. If you live in Buncombe, get in your safe spot right now. Get into the sturdiest room in your house. Get in a basement if you have one. Get in a storm shelter if you have one. This is likely a weak tornado, but it is a radar confirmed tornado heading towards your location. We can only hope that this dissipates by the time it gets there. It's showing signs of that. New tornado warning now extended into the just past the Buncombe area. That will be nearly to I-24. This does not include Vienna. As of right now, Vienna, you are not included in this warning. Buncombe, you are included in this warning. You are under a tornado warning for this until 2 o'clock a.m. This is for an observed, radar indicated tornado. Rotation a little less tight on that most recent update. That's a good sign. Again, this is a radar confirmed tornado. This has an observed tag on it. And if you live in Buncombe, you need to be in your safe spot right now. I know I've said that multiple times, but this is exceptionally important. We do have a tornado warning out, and if this is in fact on the ground, it is heading straight towards Buncombe, if not already there. The good news is they do not have this as a PDS tag, which means particularly dangerous situation. So we've had no confirmed spotter reports or law enforcement reports with this yet, but it is issued for a radar confirmed tornado. Very gusty winds going to be moving into areas from Cyprus all the way down to Cairo here momentarily. Wouldn't be shocked if we maybe even see, if you take a wide view at this, there is just some additional storms forming to the south here in southeastern Missouri. Um, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning now for nearly all, I'll just say all of Pope County. It's a very small portion it doesn't include. All of Johnson County and the northern portion of Massac County. That warning has a tornado possible tag on it, and that goes till 2:45 a.m. So you guys need to be keeping a close eye on this line of storms. Again, that severe thunderstorm warning till 2:45 a.m. includes all of Johnson, all of Pope, and northern Massac County. Tornado warning remains in effect for this storm near Bunkham that expires in 2 minutes. We'll see if they reissue it or not. Very large severe thunderstorm warning now issued for all of Pulaski County and all of a large portion of Alexander County as well as Wickliffe, Barlow, and La Center, Kentucky. So this storm now over Bunkham. A little less rotation on this now in the most recent update. So that's some good news. We'll see what they do with this warning. See if they allow that to expire or not. Very gusty winds moving into Karnak, New Grand Chene, Cypress, and Belknap right now, as well as Olmsted. Would not be shocked to see some power outages down in that direction from those storms. Thank goodness not seeing any rotation up here in the areas that were impacted by the EF4, so that's good. Most of those areas, with the exception of Krill Springs, you are out of the woods. Marion, you're in the clear. Johnson City, you're in the clear. Carterville, Energy, Heron, Cambria, Culp, Carbondale, DeSoto, Murfreesboro, Hurst, Royalton, Ziegler, West Frankfort, Orient, Christopher, North City, Valier, Cesar, all those areas, you are all in the clear now. I just sent a lot of people to bed. Keeping an eye on this one. They've not reissued it, and yeah, it has expired now. Does not look like they're going to reissue this tornado warning. So there's some good news. They're not reissuing the warning. That if we did have anything touch down, it was very, very brief, and it is no longer on the ground. So good news there. Um, Still wouldn't be shocked if we had some rotation with this line further to the south. So we're going to keep a close eye on it. Looks like there still might be some energy out there for these storms to continue developing some rotation the further east they move. So might not be quite as done with the night as we would have hoped, but there is that one tornado warning we thought that might be issued, and it was. That's now expired. So there's some good news. Watching that area, that's not really anything at all, but we'll keep an eye on it just in case. Nothing showing much up here in Franklin or Williamson County. Again, Marion, I'll just say points west of I-57 in Franklin and Williamson counties, you're in the clear. Points west of I-57, um, really everywhere is in the clear. This line has now moved through. Points east, you are still under a threat for severe weather, but again, these are going to diminish the further east they move. So again, severe thunderstorm warning, just to recap, remains in effect for all of Johnson County, all of Pope County, northern Massac County, all of Pulaski County, and portions of Alexander County. That goes within the next 30 minutes or so. Let's see, this one goes till 2:45. This one goes till 2:30. Let's go ahead and take another look at the power outage map. And before I do that, since we're not under a tornado warning anymore, we're going to make sure the posts we have out for that radar confirmed tornado is updated so we don't have people thinking that it's coming through now. So again, the Bunkham tornado near Bunkham, that is now dissipated and that warning is no longer in effect. Let's see if we can get your power outage map up here really quick. All right. Again, if you have any storm reports, be sure to put those in the comments section or send them to us this late. Comments would be best because we have limited resources at 2 in the morning. That's why we have to rely on radar and hammering. All right, so yeah, we do have some outages now being reported. In Williamson County, it looks like as well. We have 3 customers out near Johnston City. We have 18 north of Carterville. We have 18 in Elkville, 112 in Virgins. We have 106 near Alto Pass, 105 near Wolf Lake, still 1,500 out in Anna. That's about it. So no new major outages being reported so far. I'm going to keep a close eye on that area in Bunkham, or at least this area, because I believe if we did have anything touch down, that's kind of the area it would have touched down in. In fact, I will check and see if we have any damage reports so far. Likely not, but we will see. Okay, yeah, not seeing any damage reports thus far with this, so that is some good news. We're going to put you back onto the radar now, so we'll show you what's going on live. All right. So we have 2 areas of rotation we're now watching. In this most recent update, there is an area north of Belknap, right there. Some rotation in that storm could prompt a warning. And we still have a little bit of rotation wanting to hang around with that same cell that moved through Bunkham. That is the reason why we have that severe thunderstorm warning out. While I would not be shocked if they do, within the next couple radar updates, is do something that they did with the line of storms that moved through Missouri, we could see a large tornado warning issued kind of in this area if these areas of rotation get a little bit tighter. That way, that would mean no confirmed tornado, but that would mean the rotation is there enough to prompt a large warning. So we'll see if that happens. But again, right now that's still a severe thunderstorm warning. Not concerned with Vienna much, I don't think. I'm not seeing much rotation in that area at all. Just gusty winds. So you should be okay if you're in Vienna. And sure enough, there's that new update. Nothing showing up much with that area I just mentioned north of Belknap, and not much rotation there near Bunkham either. So hopefully these storms are, yeah, they're continuing to lose intensity the further east they go. I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and leave this, since we do have those two severe thunderstorm warnings up, we're going to leave this radar up. And if we do have an additional tornado warning issued, we'll go back live. But if not, we're just going to leave this radar up until these warnings expire. All right, I'm going to come back on for just a moment to update you all who might just be joining us. It's 2:10. Just to recap, our line of storms right now, if you can see on this map, is currently right here. So points over here to the west of that, you're in the clear. All of Williamson County, all of Franklin County, Jackson, Union, Alexander, Pulaski, Perry, Jefferson, all of those counties, you are in the clear. areas to the east of there, especially south of Route 13. Um, I do have a slight concern with severe weather for you for the remainder of the night. We do have what could have been maybe a confirmed tornado up near Carmi a little while ago. That's outside of our immediate coverage area, but keep an eye on that. Let's go back down to this area. Again, we have a still that little area of rotation that's been going on quite a while now. Not nearly as tight as it was earlier that prompted that confirmed radar confirmed tornado. Another little area here near Belknap that we saw earlier. Definitely not enough to prompt any warning right now. But again, severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for all of Pope, all of Johnson, northern Massac, all of Pulaski County until 2:45 and 2:30 a.m. respectively. The good news is we will be done with all of these storms by no later than 3 a.m. I'd say, done with the severe threat. So stick around with us if you're in these areas further south, and once these storms move through, we'll be good to go. We are working to see if we have any damage reports from the tornado in the radar confirmed tornado in Johnson County, Union and Johnson County, I should say. Let's check see if we have any damage reports in those areas. Let's go back to our standby graphic. So far, we're not seeing any damage reports at this point. So that's some good news. Yeah, we're not seeing. Let's check the power outages again and see what we can. Yeah, I'm not seeing any power outages in that area either. So that's a good sign. Again, we had a radar confirmed tornado a little while ago that was crossing near Bunkham, Illinois, but that tornado warning has since been lifted. Again, all areas in Williamson, Union, Jackson, Perry, Jefferson, Alexander, Pulaski counties, you are good for the night. We're going to continue to monitor this line of storms as it continues to make its way to the east. So yes, no no tornado warnings in effect right now. We only have two severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. In fact, I do apologize. I need to take that off. Um, so again, two severe thunderstorm warnings. One for all of Pope County remains in effect till 2:45, as well as northern Massac County. That does not include Metropolis, and one in effect for all of Pulaski County, a large majority of Alexander County, and portions of Kentucky as well. All right, we have a new tornado watch that has now been issued for areas of eastern southern Illinois. That's likely because of not likely, it is because of the storms we have moving through right now. So again, we have a tornado watch until 8 a.m. That includes Saline, Hamilton County, Pope County, Massac County, Hardin County, Gallatin County, White County, all of those areas, and that goes until 8 a.m. Also areas of Kentucky as well. Just because that goes till 8 a.m. does not mean your threat is going to continue till 8 a.m. They just issue the warning for all of Southern Illinois still in the threat, as well as all of Kentucky. They can't issue, one warning till 4, the next warning till 8. They just issue it all for 8. But what they'll do is they'll cut back on that tornado watch. I should say watch, not warning. They should cut back on that tornado watch the further east these storms move. So once these move out of southern Illinois, that tornado watch till 8 a.m. will be canceled, and it'll just remain in effect for, excuse me, for western Kentucky. And again, I'm not 100% sure on if they included other counties in that watch. I assume the watch till 3 a.m. is still in effect. That really doesn't matter because the severe threat for areas that have already seen storms, at least through the morning, is done for. But a lot of moisture out there tonight, I'll say that much. There's a lot of rain moving through. All right, so the severe thunderstorm warning has now been canceled for Pulaski County. That's been allowed to expire. No, it has been canceled. The only warning we have remaining in effect is the severe thunderstorm warning. That is for Johnson, Pope, and Massac County. If you live in Johnson County, you are now in the clear. You're all good. Pope County, still a little bit of concern for you, but really not much at all in the realm of things. I'm not seeing anything that would prompt a tornado warning as of right now. So we are going to go ahead and put this back on the put this back on the radar. And we do have, I just want to mention really quick before I hop off here temporarily, we do have, for our friends up in the Evansville area, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. That goes until 2:45 a.m. That is for Princeton, Poseyville, Mount Carmel, Illinois, Grayville, Illinois. That warning in effect for those areas. That has a possible tag on it as well. And the only other severe thunderstorm warning we have in effect for southern Illinois is for this warning that includes Pope and portions of Massac County, although my concern for Massac County is slim to none at this point. Um, and then we have a little bit of gusty winds still moving through Saline County right now. I wouldn't say Saline County is 100% in the clear yet. I mean, there's still some little areas of rotation here that could, I shouldn't say rotation, there's little areas of, well, it could be some rotation soon that may develop, but that has not been the case in as these storms move through Williamson or Franklin County. So that's some good news. But Saline County, just keep an eye out on this. We're going to still be live here for you probably no longer than 15 minutes from now, unless a new warning gets issued. So for now, until then, or unless a new tornado warning gets issued, I'll go ahead and throw this back to the radar, and we'll be right back. We'll be right back live as soon as a new warning is issued. All right, just coming back live because we just had the last severe thunderstorm warning expire. With that, no more warnings are currently in effect in our coverage area. So we will go ahead and wrap up this broadcast for the night. You are in the clear for the remainder of the evening until tomorrow. Until then, have a great and a safe night, and we'll keep you updated on the latest information.